Hello YouTube, yes, how you all doing? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and I'm a little bit tongue-in-cheek about putting this one out because I know you guys who are regular subscribers to my channel seem to dislike intensely any video that I put out about Adobe products. Yeah, so I'm not expecting many views on this video really, but I hope you all prove me wrong. Andy, you do art and raw therapy and Darktable. Why are you doing this on Adobe? Yeah, it's real simple. This week we've had very meaningful updates, not so much to Lightroom, but to Camera Raw and Photoshop, but Camera Raw in the main. I, as a wildlife photographer, am always interested in noise and wishing I had less of it. So we've got some major improvements. So we're going to go and have a look at them and see why these latest versions of Camera Raw and Photoshop are, well, epic. Yeah, let's do it. All right, guys. Yeah, so here we go. We're in Lightroom, and I've got this Kestrel shot here, and it's shot at ISO 4000, right? So, shot with a Z9, so, you know, if it is what it is when we go into it at 100%. It's got a bit of noise on it. Now, for a long time now, we've been able to go to develop and details and denoise and just let this run, and then we get this preview up, which is highly magnified, and if we click in there and then go and click there, okay, so now we can see what we're doing with the denoise, okay. And usually for something around 4000, I would knock 2 noughts off and then halve what's left. So it would be half of 40 is 20. So to get an acceptable balance of noise reduction between my super low frequency detail, out of focus background, and my super high frequency detail, I'd probably go with 2022. And we'd click enhance and then wait for it to work its way through. As you can see up here, I'll speed it up a little bit, and there we go. After a few seconds, this is what we get. But you see, we're no longer on the raw file. We're on an enhanced NR.dng file, and this isn't even a proper DNG. This is a linear DNG, and you know, it's very much reminiscent of what you get out of something like DxO. You know, apart from the fact that you can't move this denoised image into another piece of software like Raw Therapy, Darktable or Art, whereas you can with the linear DNG, which you get out of the likes of DxO, and I will touch on that in another video. However, the big pain in the backside is that I've just doubled my image count for this one image because we've got a separate image file. And if you didn't like it, basically what you'd do is go and remove photo, delete from disk, and then go and have another go. Yeah, because the preview for the noise reduction was stupid because it was at above 100% magnification. Right, now then, here's the thing. I'm temporarily going to export this image undenoised, and we are going to go to editing, and we're going to go to edit as smart object in Photoshop. Alright, and this will open up Photoshop and it will put a new smart object in here. There we go, and you can tell it's a smart object because it's got the funny little icon in the bottom right hand corner. Yeah. Now the thing is that this is ostensibly still your raw file. This is the beauty of Camera Raw smart objects. But if I double click there to invoke Camera Raw, you can see it's coming in with all the settings that we had in Lightroom. But noise reduction, you can't gain access to it. Denoise cannot currently be applied to smart objects. Oh dear. So guess what we have to do? Come to the little gear icon up here, click there and come to Technology Previews. New AI Features and Settings panel. Check it. Click OK. Click OK there, do whatever you want, and then just basically shut Photoshop down. This is the one pain in the backside. Don't save. And just wait for Photoshop to shut down, then come back and go to Edit In, and you'll only have to do this just this once. You'll never have to do this malarkey again. It'll all happen automatically straight away on any future image. And all we're going to do now is go open a smart object in Photoshop. But don't forget, it is essential that when you've made that change and turned on technology previews, you've got to shut Photoshop down. Now then, watch this. Double click, and now under detail I've got denoise. Now that in itself is a cool thing, because now we can put denoising on a Camera Raw smart object. But I've done many videos in the past when my YouTube channel just used to be Lightroom and Photoshop, on the benefits of using Camera Raw smart objects as opposed to rasterized image layers. But there was limitations on what you could do with Camera Raw smart objects. A lot of those limitations are gone. Yeah, right. Now I'm actually going to click cancel on this, and we'll go yes. And what I'm going to do is come up to the little hamburger icon, and I'm going to go new smart object via copy, and this top one I'm going to double click, and is the next sexy thing. We can go in and view our image at 100% or more. Go and click on denoise, and you'll notice that super resolution and raw details are unchecked. But if we go and check denoise, it's now going to go through and analyze this image, and it's going to come up with a level of AI noise reduction, just like inside of Lightroom. However, we're going to get a live preview of our noise reduction and any changes that we make to it. So there you go. So it's put a default level of 50 on, and if we can actually go in at a higher magnification. Let's go in at 200%, and let's just get our high frequency detail and our low frequency detail in the same view. Alrighty. So what can we do? Can we afford to take this up a little bit for those people who like backgrounds that are smooth as glass? Yeah, we can. But of course it's destroying the detail in the bird, because it is, quite frankly, too much noise reduction. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to back it off to around about 60, and that will do. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything else. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to rename this as background. Okay, then what I'm going to do is turn that off, and I'm going to click on the initial Camera Raw Smart Object, and still coming in with the same settings as we had in Lightroom. And all I'm going to do now is activate denoise, and it'll come in at its, I think it'll come in at its default of 50, but just wait and see, because it should come in at 50 because it's a separate Camera Raw Smart Object. They're not linked. So we'll just wait for it to do its little thing. And there we go, and it's remembered where I had it last time. So it will, when it fires up again, it will come in at the last setting you used, which we've already decided. Let's come in at 200% or 300%. Yeah, we've already decided that that is way too much. So I'm going to drop this down to where I would normally have had it in Lightroom, as a balance between background noise reduction, in other words low frequency detail, and high frequency detail noise reduction. So that's looking all right. Let's go and view it at 100%. You maybe come up a little bit, maybe go to sort of 24, 25, and I'm quite happy with that. I don't want to go all that much further. Should we go to 29? I think that will be all right, and we will click OK, and there it is. And what we'll do, so everybody knows what's what, I'll call this sub for subject. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do now in this subject layer is a real simple thing, going at the object selection tool, and I'm sure this has had a few tweaks made to it, and we're just going to draw a rectangle around there, and we've got an instant selection. So now I'm going to activate the background noise reduce layer, activate the layer so it's the working layer, and just drop a mask on it. And then of course what we need to do is invert said mask. And if we now go and view that at 100% magnification, you can see we've got a small amount of noise reduction on the subject, a large amount of noise reduction on the background, and it is seamless. How's that for sexy? This is a short video and I'm just about finished. What this represents to most photographers, I would say, but especially wildlife photographers who cannot get away from using high ISOs, this represents a major leap forward. And of course it's saving you disk space, because you were going to, if you went and did it the old-fashioned Lightroom way and created a denoise DNG, then you might do two versions of that, bring it into Photoshop, mash the two together, and end up with a TIFF. So you got four images. Well, you got three extra images, four images in total, including the original RAW file. This way you've only got two. So it's halving your disk space, it's halving your effort, it's halving your workload, and of course we can mask. Holy moly, how sexy is that? Right, that's it. Short video, yeah? Lightroom, okay? Photoshop and ACR in this latest version, where you can turn on technology previews in Adobe Camera Raw and be able to do noise reduction on individual Camera Raw smart objects. Revolutionary. that's just it. That's all I'm going to say. Revolutionary, yeah? And when you can do stuff like this so simply and easily and in such a straightforward manner, and to try and do the same thing in art, raw therapy or darktable, near impossible. Seriously, near impossible. And I am just staggered, absolutely staggered. So major increase. That there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube that are dealing with these updates, but I haven't seen anybody who's come up with this yet, and this is the first thing that popped into my head when I saw what was happening. And you know, I mean, look at the level of fine detail we've got on the outer edge of this kestrel through this subject selection. I mean, even a couple of weeks ago in Photoshop, we could not get that good of a selection of that fine detail on that kestrel. So I'm sure there's been something happened to the object selection tool. Anyway, that's it. I've shown you the thing that impresses me the most, and by Jesus, it impresses the hell out of me. It really does. Anything else I might talk about in another video, or if you've got questions and you want me to go through other things in the update, just let me know in the comments below and we'll get it done for you. Okay, we'll get her done, as the cable guy used to say. Does that date me, the cable guy? Does that make me sound really old? Yeah, well, there you go. That's because I am. All right, guys, stay safe, stay well, keep taking the pictures, and I'll speak to you soon. See ya!